to 709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast. My name's Andrew.
And this is D.
And we are working our way through Titans Season 2, our big, grand Titans watch through. We are on episode 6 of Season 2, Connor, who is not Connor Hawk. So
No.
I know who it is, and then I got excited because we've been waiting for this since the end of Season 1.
That's right.
Unless I'm totally wrong again, but it doesn't sound like it. So yeah, we'll be doing that. And do we have anything else? I don't think
No, this is
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's finally, moving along here.
It's coming together.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Starting in 3, 2, 1, play. DC Universe.
Yeah, Crisis is ass.
So
Let me start it off there.
I saw some of the art, and I can't handle that cheap animation. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I can't.
like one of the reviewers said it too, that like it gets cheaper looking as it goes along. It's really bad. And
Okay. Yeah.
okay, here we go.
This is
This was our
our
cliffhanger.
down goes Gwen
Jason, yeah,
Stacy. But wow. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
We
That's how we're
segue back
doing
to
it.
this.
That's how we're doing it.
Yeah.
Remember the end of last season?
Crypto.
Was Superboy even planned the whole time, or was he a save?
Mm, mm,
Okay, so Cadmus in the comics was Project Cadmus, and they were around for a while before Superboy. They were just one of the Metropolis labs, right?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
That was a very like wow, 80s, 90s
Yeah.
era Superman.
Which, despite them finally being collected, I still have never
Eh,
gotten going on.
only some of the stories were all right. Like,
I'm sure the art's great, but it's just like, yeah, I feel like it probably got tired. Wow, okay.
yeah, there we go.
We didn't get any
Um,
butt last season.
not
Oh,
much.
wow, okay. This is how we do. Oh, you're crypto. I can read English.
Yeah.
In
There we go. We have a name.
okay. So
Crypto
now
is awesome.
in the comics, Superboy, was he a full clone of Superman or was
Initially, yeah, he was just a clone of Superman, and they believed, I think, some doctor at Cadmus.
yeah.
And I'm gonna note real quick the theme from Superboy, the
This
TV
is
show.
it?
That's it.
Daily Planet. Pretty cool.
It's
You could put
badass.
on the clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, put the clothes on, dude.
Um, but yeah, so he came back in the reign of the Supermen. And
Right.
then they had a Supergirl who was a shape shifting alien. I don't know what happened to her. She disappeared from comics and became Fallen Angel, basically.
Yeah. That was
Um,
that was Linda
Matrix would be the,
Matrix, and then
yeah.
she became Linda Danvers.
And then,
They merged, and then Matrix became like a archangel or something,
yeah.
and then Linda became Fallen Angel, I believe.
And then they brought in cousin Supergirl
Right.
finally. Yeah.
Kara. Yeah. Kara. Okay, so we have Mercy Graves here.
Did Mercy Graves show up in something else too?
I think they tried to work her in other stuff.
He might have been on regular Supergirl too.
She was in Batman v Superman, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe the extended one. Did she ever get a name?
I don't know. The chick that was with him.
Yeah.
All right. So Connor's hitting the streets here. His first steps into civilization.
And nobody's like, hey, you look just like Clark Kent. It's weird. Oh, dude, you got to go to Vancouver to shoot this. What's up?
Yeah,
That's not, I don't think that's Toronto. I think that's VC.
it might be.
Oh, we started getting some of the Warner Brothers catalog music this season. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sunlight. There you go.
Dooby dooby doo. Oh, guess what shirt he picks out?
That's the same as my tattoo.
I'll be damned. It's the only one here.
Well, I mean, it is a Death of Superman collector's edition, right? Like it's not as rare as the one with the or no, did they get in trouble for the blood drip?
Uh-uh. Well, now you don't got a shirt. The fuck out of here, then. I like how all of this is going on in the background, and it's like in a actual comic, Luthor would be there.
Right. Luther'd be there. I mean, well, the other prop.
Mm.
Well, arguably, isn't this more like of an engaging storyline than whatever Titans have been up to for 5 episodes, or at least four?
Right. I should have got this out of the way.
Well, they can't because they couldn't have kicked off with this.
No, but
Oh
they
my
should have
god,
weaved it.
Connor.
Yeah, right. They should have weaved it a little better, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole thing, they should, this whole show, they should have weaved it a little better as the,
yeah, exactly.
so Cadmus is related to Luther. I bet in the comics that took a while to reveal. Um,
Well,
and then Star
it was
Labs
always
wouldn't have
kind of
been.
yeah, it was always kind of obvious he was pulling strings left and right.
Didn't they like make the so the weird fucking thing about late 80s, early 90s Superman is um John Byrne, who arguably at his peak is the epitome of one of the, two or three epitomes of DC house style, right? Like, oh look,
Mhm.
Daily Planet.
Yep.
He and a bunch of other guys who are in the similar vein, for some reason, thought that they were all Jack Kirby. And so they would
Well,
bring in all of the Kirby stuff.
think about John Burns, Luthor. He was just a business model version of the Kingpin,
Yes.
where Kingpin was more of a, head of all the gangsters and all that. Luthor was just a business made version of Kingpin. There was even a point where he was heavy set, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's
What's
all.
Luther like now?
I don't know, because there was a point where I think they had him join the Justice League. He was supposed to be like their Iron Man or some dumb shit. It was, I don't know shit about DC Comics now. Not a damn thing. 'Cause I tapped out.
God, who cares? Move it along.
Yeah, this
Also, the
Mercy.
way they shot that made it seem like Mercy was supposed to be 7 feet tall.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. The way you know that's not a real shirt is because there's no way you could print it on the side without,
Mm.
like, just when you think about, like, well, no, I don't know. Hey, it's the trailer to Justice League. So wait, does he
Mm.
have Clark's memories and the other?
Right, Luthor.
Oh, he's Luther plus Clark. Interesting.
Yeah, it's been
Okay.
that way for a minute now
Oh, okay.
since what was it? I want to say around the time Jeff Johns took over the Titans.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because before that, it was assumed that it was just
Yeah, it was
Superman's DNA with some one of the professors at Cadmus or some shit.
okay.
Then it was just simply he was Superman's clone. And then it was you know Luthor.
Uh,
Ah,
but post Crisis,
hmm.
Luther wasn't in Smallville, so this is, or did
Well,
they? Is
there's
that
where it gets weird again because post crisis, no, I don't think he was ever tied to
right?
Smallville. But then somewhere around Infinite Crisis, certain elements of pre crisis were put back in, were reinstated. Because there was around that time they did Superman Secret Origin, and
Yeah. Yes.
he was Superboy, and Luthor lived in Smallville.
Okay.
So it. I don't know what they're at now though.
What? Um. Okay. Infinite Crisis was, which was the fucking Grant Morrison one?
That might have been Final Crisis.
Final Crisis, and that like
Yeah, Final Crisis was
had
weird.
no repercussions whatsoever. So like it had repercussions for like 6 months, and those were all gone.
I think that's when I think they brought back Barry Allen for good, and
Oh my god. That is fucking mean, dude. That's not what a bald kid. Okay.
he looks like the kid version of Kingpin. Mm, wow.
Very Bride of Frankenstein there. Young Frankenstein.
Hmm. And again, this could have been really good material for a spinoff.
Yeah.
You know, they I got to give it to them for this one. They really explain this shit well. It's sloppily written, but
Well, it's
like they
also
could
a
have had,
real episode of TV, which is what
yeah,
Titans rarely can
yeah.
achieve. For Titans. Technically, yes, this is a television program, but you couldn't tell from trying to compare it to any other television program you actually could watch.
Because it gets kind of deep. It gets a little deeper.
Well, the problem is we've now met Connor, we've met Jason Todd, we've had more of Hawk, and it just is like drawing attention to Brenton Thwaites not being very interesting to watch.
Yeah, everybody really is spotlighted well, and he doesn't get his till later. It takes a while for him. Next season, it seems like he's a little more comfortable. But I think that's supposed to show in the character. I don't know.
Surprising they didn't get a cameo for this. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, that could have been
I mean, there's so many people it could have been. It could have been Lex Luthor from Superboy. Like,
right. One of those guys. Sherman Howard.
yep. Is
Yeah.
John Cryer? That would have been fucking funny. Max?
uh oh. It's Shield.
Clark X. Lex Clark. Are they gonna kill the dad? No. Uh-oh. I like how the shirt is bulletproof.
Right. However, uh, in his power set, uh-oh, Connor supposedly has a, you know, shield that protects him.
Oh, yeah, the little force field that's
Force
around
field,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know when that came in, but yeah, that was an excuse at some point for why things
Yeah.
don't break. I'm, so we
He
actually
ended
get
up
an
having,
action scene,
yeah.
and we
Crypto.
get this fucking badass dog.
Hell yeah.
Do I get to watch this show, or is this like the pilot that didn't? What's he gonna do? What? Come on, what's he gonna?
Ho!
Okay, so this is some of what we've sort of seen with the Arrowverse shows and some of these other things is there's stuff in here that has never been shown like with great special effects before or even like
No,
CGI special effects that are
they made it kind of badass here.
yeah. So like CGI was not far enough along even with Superman Returns for this kind of thing. Like and then you only got what you only actually got one and a half or altogether one Superman movie out of the Zack Snyder things. So it's like you never got to see like the power set on screen,
No.
whereas even in the Superman and Lois from the first season that I've seen, there's a lot of that. And it's the guy Gregory Smith who was in Everwood.
Mm.
He clearly loves him some Superman because his episodes are just these like there's a Superman and the River homage from Superman the movie and shit like that in
Mm.
his episodes. Yeah. Like Superman and Lois is I gotta watch the second season, but like if you're interested in live action Superman, it's worth watching just to see what is possible.
Hmm.
But like can you imagine if we got a fucking show of action scenes like that with a Superboy or even a Superman, like New 52 Superman, the early days or whatever, that one
Oh yeah.
series where he had the little dumb cape thing. Like,
The cape and the shit kicker boots.
how long did that last? They even let him have a year on that.
That
Occupy
was
Metropolis Superman.
that was supposedly year zero Superman, right?
Yeah,
Or year one.
yeah. It they were desperate to keep Grant Morrison, and that's what he wanted to do.
But it is kind of a homage though to the Golden Age
Yeah,
one,
I
supposedly, because they did it in the Superboy comic where Superboy went to a universe that was like time went by really slow.
uh
So he ends up training supposedly Earth 2 Superman,
okay.
but that, he never becomes Superboy. He just, grows to become Superman. It's weird. It was really weird. They always had stuff like that. So I don't know if we've mentioned at all, but this chick here is one of the head scientists of the project,
Yeah.
and she's gonna kind of usher Connor through all this.
Did he refer to them as his dads
I
already?
think so.
Okay, because that's the My Two Dads reboot. There you go.
And this kid, he's really good too.
It actually kind of is the My Two Dads reboot. Think about it, okay? Like Clark, Lex can't know that Clark is Superman. So like but like Lex does know that Clark is investigating as his job at the as a reporter. So they're
Well, the thing of it
constantly
is,
mad at each other, and so they just argue in front of their clone boy.
Now, in the comics, Clark sort of rationalized more as them being brothers,
Yeah, there was
whereas
never a
Luthor,
father son thing.
right, Luthor kind of is like father son. It's really tripped out how they play it out in Young Justice, where through the first season, Superman just every time he sees Superboy, he's out. Like, oh, I gotta go. That's Mars for the whole season. Like, he just can't handle it. Like, so no, they're not flying yet, and
Oh man, is she gonna fucking die this episode? I didn't like her before, but this is kind of a cute setup, right? Like, this is your show. You've got Connor, you've got,
you know,
Christine Elise McCarthy, and they're fucking traveling the country. It's Starman in reverse.
you know what she kind of reminds me of a little though. Um, Linda Hamilton in the first Terminator,
Oh yeah, yes.
and that's kind of how this episode sort of plays out a little.
Have we found out where crypto came from?
He was just a, I guess they infused him with
Oh,
Krypton blood, or I don't know. He could have just been a Kryptonian dog.
right. I don't know if he ever showed up in the Supergirl show.
Yeah, he. I don't think he was ever in live action till this. They
We
teased him on
don't
Smallville a lot.
don't help abused women. Hashtag DC Comics. DC Comics. Putting
hmm
women in the refrigerator since 1987.
They just had that panel sitting.
I love how there has been no successful, like, Kyle Rayner comeback. Like, I feel so validated by that.
No, he. Wow, yeah, they made him completely obscure, even though they kept trying to give him like glow ups.
Such a bad idea.
I don't even know. Is he even a lantern anymore? That's how far
What?
behind I am.
I mean, what I read, I don't think I read. Did I read Blackest Night? I don't know if I read Blackest Night, but I read the one before that, the big crossover, the Lantern crossover. It was
Mm,
good. Like, Jeff Johns wrote some good Green Lantern comics. That a movie or, you know, live action property that does not make. Like,
no, Green Lantern is so.
Green Lantern at its best is basically Legion of Superheroes with the same costumes but different heads. And
That's another one. Legion never gets a good shot.
it's because they can't. I mean, the problem is that the people who are so dedicated to these properties or these
And
series, they're the most gatekeepy white dudes. And so it's just more the fucking same. Like, that's the reality of it. Like,
I
It's just
did.
more the same.
I appreciated that cartoon a little too late though, because when it first came on, I was like, "Fuck this show! Look at those designs."
Right.
And they couldn't call him Superboy at the time, and it was just like he's clearly Superboy. And then they brought in Superman X instead of Mon-El. I was like, "What? What are you doing?" Like, I got razors on my cuffs. I'm Superman. I
Uh, oh, they got a
my hair
crane
is
for this
long.
one.
I got green eyes because my blood is full of kryptonite. Uh,
This is the same problem we've been having with this before, is that the most dynamic the show's been is when it's a one-off. Like
yeah.
we saw the same thing with Wonder Girl. We're seeing the same thing now. That it's just like we're finding out that they're intentionally they don't have to be boring. They are intentionally. Though this could also just be the budget thing, right? Like,
yeah, like because you see, they haven't done anything since the action sequence.
I mean, they are on better locations than the show usually has.
Hmm. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is Sarah Connor
Yep.
talking to John. Look,
Yep.
you're going to lead an
No,
army.
mom. I
No,
just want to be a kid, mom.
you have to be ready for this, John.
I gotta. I remember the Sarah Connor Chronicles not being bad, but is
Really?
there? I don't. I mean, let's not. You know. I was like, you know,
Because I can't,
I
I
can't.
can't with anybody else than Linda Hamilton. Like, you know,
I'm. That's a. I don't remember hating it. That would
mm,
be my statement, and I think I watched one to two of them. But um, that is a funny idea of just like drunk ass Sarah Connor.
yeah. Before they take John away, just the fucking nightmare of having to grow up with a drunk ass. Just
No, I
and
need to
she's
be
training you to be this
right.
badass soldier and shit.
She's like, seeing how drunk she can get to put the guns together and shit. Oh,
Like shot after shot.
from when he's 6. That's his training. Oh man, that's John's training. Oh man. We gotta see what happens if you do it when you're on meth. Hold on.
Right.
Oh,
Here,
I'm
hold this.
7. Can I go see the mall, Santa? No, I just bought this meth off of one of his elves. Oh, just some depressed.
Right.
Oh,
Here we go. Ugh. Urgh. Special effects. The
uh-oh.
door was heavy.
Uh,
Ugh.
how many are there?
Oh, here's the alien resurrection moment.
Yep. Which in itself was not original by Alien Resurrection. It had either been on some TV show or
Yeah, it
some
was
low
another
budget.
shit.
Yeah, like Damn, they really cheaped out on these, huh? Like, uh,
Wait a minute.
okay, who's that? Also, they're very clearly not preserved in liquid, and so the
Mm-mm.
dirtiness makes absolutely no sense. That's not how dust would settle on glass. Just say. Are
What
we
do you have
gonna
to do
eyes
that?
open? Come on, baby, eyes open. Oh, huh. What's the clone movie where the eyes open and they don't have mouths? Is
Hmm.
that
I know what you're thinking about too.
yeah?
Damn, I can't
Yeah.
remember. Your weapons. You will not need them. Uh-oh. Crypto. Hey,
Mhm.
chill the fuck out.
I let you steal that lady's purse, but we're not gonna kill the.
Yeah, we're not killing people here. Do I have to get in your ankle?
Oh, Crypto Supergirl had Sparky,
Yeah?
right? Was did she have a cat?
Streaky the cat, yeah.
Streaky the cat.
Power Girl had a cat too. Who had one eye, I think. But I think they were trying to work that back in there. Oh yeah, they messed her up again too, Power Girl.
Well, all that stuff with the JSA thing, it seems like all of that has been like sputtering and like they're not
Uh-uh.
delivering, which, but like it's months late or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Uh,
I wanted to read, wasn't there was it a Huntress Power Girl did that Paul Levitz did? What did he do? He did something like that. I wanted to read that. It was like a
yeah, I
New
want to see if any
52 Earth
yeah,
2 done in one. And I was like, I'd read that. Like, I'm curious to see what Paul Levitz can do, hash out of there.
I gotta see if the new JSA whatever is collected finally.
I mean, it's not
So it's
impossible. Oh, sorry.
hmm,
I was just gonna say it's not impossible for DC to get people interested in their shit. The problem is they just don't.
no, somebody just does not care. That's why I can't touch that shit no more. Uh-oh.
Uh oh. With great power comes great responsibility.
They aren't even running fast.
Yeah. Power walk it, guys.
Because they're not even quiet either. You can hear them. Like, Oh, damn.
Okay. How are they going to have time to resolve that before we?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Oh, it's that. We're just we're doing the Superboy jump at this point. Oh. So Linda Hamilton's still alive, as far as we know.
Right.
His hair is slightly different.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh shit. How's that for a cliffhanger? Damn.
uh-oh.
Oh.
Aw, crypto. But they weren't
Oh.
willing to pay Mercy Graves to come back for that day, huh?
Right. Got you from the waist down. It's all right. Just don't come in. What are they gonna do?
What am I listening to?
Hmm.
Is this the new end credits song? We need to talk about this, I think.
No, I think they change it every.
Okay, but I'm just saying there are good songs. You, if you wanted to do something like this, you could have done what is it? That Can't Find My Way Home from Fandango or whatever. Like,
This is very CW.
yeah. All right. Robin created for wow, no Superboy created for DC. Oh. Meanwhile, the Ed Brisson, who I guess worked on Echo at some point, was posting his name. He's like, look, at least they fucking acknowledge I exist.
I just watched that last night.
All of it.
Hmm?
Echo or
Echo? Yeah, I
yeah.
watched the whole thing.
Yeah. I thought it was
Eh,
all right.
it
I
was
don't know.
okay.
I mean, it's not the problem is like they don't have a story. They didn't have a fucking story.
No, it was basic. It was very basic. Like you knew what was it was basic and predictable to me is what it was.
I think episode 3, that all action episode, I thought that was badass. I thought that worked out. Like they did the pacing right, they did all that shit right. I thought the what was it,
And
episode
I'm glad they worked in that little bit of Daredevil instead of having him, in and out.
yeah. Well, they can't get old boy there enough.
No, and
um
D'Onofrio was really good.
yeah, I
So
mean this is the thing is D'Onofrio. That was
honestly,
yeah.
I wish MCU would kind of change gears and say, hey, let's focus now on street level heroes and do it that way instead of it always being some big Thanos level multiverse threat, shit like that.
So that's what the Disney Plus show should be. Like
Yeah. Somewhere they
even
should have a place where all of that comes together.
yeah, they need a new like the new Defenders. Fucking do it. But
Yeah.
even if you think about like, and this is going to run into, it's going to be Miss Marvel and Hawkeye, new Hawkeye versus um people shooting at them versus. Well, I don't know. I mean, they could get away. They got away. They could get away with it because I mean that would be a Spider-Man thing. Like they could do a new Avengers with Daredevil and She-Hulk being the reluctant parents of the younger superheroes. Like they can do which would appeal to your Disney audience, but at the same time you would have you could bring back not Danny Rand, but you could bring back Jessica Jones, you could bring back Luke Cage,
Yeah.
um, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the Luke Cage, thanks to the snap, oh, you ruined my fucking show. Snap. I disappeared 2 seconds after that, so that sucked. And so we don't have to resolve anything, right? Like, but well
Yeah.
now everybody's convinced themselves that everybody's coming back.
Huh.
They've D'Onofrio gave some interview where he said that part of the because they've never no Kevin Feige has never said that the Netflix shows are same continuity.
Mm.
So D'Onofrio just gave some interview where he said that on Daredevil Born Again, they got new showrunners, and these guys say that they're playing the same characters versus before, where they were the same-ish characters, but not the same. And it's just
Right.
like, gee, can you
That doesn't
just
make any sense.
fucking do with this? It's
Yeah, just do it.
not that hard. Just do this, right? Like, we've skipped 10 plus years of MCU history at this point. Like, nobody gives a shit. Just do
Uh-uh.
this. Don't turn it into another thing where, like, ugh. But so we'll see. Um, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do about Punisher though. Like,
Mm.
uh okay. Um, oh yeah, we're talking about Titans. We're not talking about MCU stuff. But we will be back next time with Bruce Wayne. Uh,
Bruce Wayne.
and based on the title and based on the cliffhanger, I wonder if they're going to Wayne Manor to get some kryptonite bullet extraction technology going. And we can discuss next episode who in this universe plays Superman if Ian Glenn plays Bruce Wayne.
Oh wow.
Yes,
Uh
that's next episode, folks. That's next episode. All right. Yes, good night.
Night.